Hello, Lefty Wannabes, and welcome to my channel, Right Left Hand. It is day 354. Let's get started. We're in week 51, so we will write the date, the day, the sentence, both upper and lowercase 2 times, the quote, both upper and lowercase 2 times, increasing numbers and symbols. And the sentence is, the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. Again, we're writing that because it's a pangram containing all the letters of the alphabet, and we want to practice those letters in a variety of ways. And the quote is, of all the varieties of virtue, liberalism is the most beloved, by Aristotle. Let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, we're going to write the day over in the left-hand margin. Day 354. If I can fit it on here. Barely. And it is December 20th, 2017. If I can fit that on there. Yep, barely. 20th, 2017, and it is Wednesday. Just that much closer. Wow. Can barely fit it on here. That's sad. Alright, but we'll go ahead and get started with our first sentence. So the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. Again, I want to make sure I get it down the first time so that I don't mess it up later. So the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. And speaking of not messing up, yesterday, oh man, I just totally forgot what was going on. I've just got to remember that I'm in the 2600s, not the 2000, not the opposite of what I was thinking. So, yeah, and then messed up the quote a bit yesterday as well, but I'll make sure not to do that today. I guess I need to pay more attention or something, because I'm not doing a good enough job of that right now. That's okay. We all make mistakes, and today is the day where I'm gonna not make any mistakes, hopefully. So we'll see how it goes, where all it goes. Because I'm sure that people are now watching a little bit closer to see if I make a mistake. I used to make a lot of mistakes in the past. I've been pretty good about it, you know, until earlier this week. I started, what, Monday? So, well, it's only Wednesday, so it's not like it's been the biggest thing in the world or the longest streak of mess-ups. But I like to end the current run today. So that's why I'm going to make sure that pay careful attention to what I'm doing as I'm writing, and maybe think a little bit more before I start writing. Okay, so we'll move on to the quote, which is, of all the varieties of virtues, liberalism is the most beloved, by Aristotle. And just so that I don't mess up this, I'm going to make sure that I'm reading the quote carefully as I write this. See, I almost messed up there by leaving out the E. All the varieties of virtues. Liberalism is the most beloved. And so this quote kind of goes along with a lot of previous quotes that we've had where Aristotle talks about virtue and how to live a better life he talks about a lot of the great different virtues there are. I don't know if he said if any are also great, but I do remember something that he says justice is one of the greatest. He just, and then also other virtues that he said are great are ones that help others. So he says a lot of different. Almost messed up there. He says a lot of different virtues are great. So it's just important to really understand why he's saying that all of these are great. So liberalism is different. It's not the political philosophy or the ideology. It's the virtue of liberalism, where it's allowing for multiple freedoms, exposure, not really exposure, but attention to what we call the liberal arts, being a free person who's able to read, write, speak, stuff like that. So this definitely makes sense that Aristotle's saying it, because it's kind of like the marks of a philosopher. So it makes sense that he says this is the most beloved, because that's probably his greatest virtue, I would think. And that's just because he's a philosopher. But that remains to be seen, because he talks a lot about these other virtues as well. It's good to see, though, that he supports this kind of thinking, the idea that people can, achieve what they want and be free about it. So that's always cool to see and be a part of. This is Aristotle who said it. And after this, I'll go ahead and move on to the final version of this quote, which is the all caps. So again, just to kind of drive this point home, is we want to be liberal as well, meaning willing to explore the different avenues of knowledge and learning, which seems to me that if you're here, then you might be more open to it, because you're willing to learn how to write with your left hand. You're willing to embark on a journey that's not typical, and you're freely doing it, hopefully. So I think that's a good mark already on your report card or whatever, your progress report. And just to continue that, after you master a skill or learn a lot about something, is to just keep on moving on. So yeah, I think that's another important aspect that maybe isn't as clear here, just talking about liberalism, but it's kind of like continued. So you can't just, it's not a checklist where you just say, okay, done, I've achieved my liberalism for today. No, it's a little bit more than that. All right, and now we'll go ahead and move on to the numbers and the symbols, and I guess I'll move this up so you can see what I'm writing for the rest of the day. And we left off on 2,660, so we'll move from 2,661 up to 2,680. And I enunciated that so that I don't mess it up like I did yesterday. I've had a few close calls here in the quote section, but nothing big enough to be counted as an error, I don't think. So because I'm off on the right foot for the numbers, I don't think I'll mess up here. So what do you know? Back to the basics, and a clean slate today. I have washed off the scars of mistakes in yesterday, and I'm moving on to better days. And I'm also moving on to the 70s. So the good thing is here is I don't have to write all my numbers so squished in like this, because it looks like I have some extra room at the end when I did write all squished like this. Yeah. Here we're almost done. And there. So now we'll move on to the symbols. And these, again, pretty common, pretty well known. So just chug them out, get it through, finish it, and it'll be good. Yep. Yesterday I kind of rushed through these because I just wanted to finish after making a few mistakes, but spending a little more time here, and there, it's done. So there you have it, day 354. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and every day to practice with me. Alrighty, goodbye.